Hey everybody, it's Todd with Trails Off-Road, and today we're out on Kingston Peak, just about an hour outside of the Denver metro area. It's perhaps one of the most scenic trails, and you might be wondering if you and your vehicle can do it, or you may never even heard about this trail. Check out our trail guide, watch this video, you're going to find out all about it. Kingston Peak is Forest Road 353. We're starting on the north side, and we're going to end up in the small communities of St. Mary's Glacier and Alice. The road starts off pretty mellow in the beginning in the pine trees, and while we wouldn't call this a camping trail, you will pass a couple of dispersed campsites if you want to get an early start for sunrise. The road is well marked and hard to get lost on. You will pass a couple connecting roads, and when you do, the landscape is going to open up and you're going to see those mountains that you're soon to be immersed in. Kingston Peak is a seasonal trail, and if you're looking for the latest updates if the trail is open or closed, check out Trails Off-Road. When the road opens, typically in the middle of July, it's possible that there's still some snow drifts along the road. It's really important that you drive through those snow drifts and not around, because you certainly don't want to harm the fragile environment that grows our beautiful wildflowers that we have in Colorado. Shortly after the northern seasonal gate, the trees start to thin out and you start to break out above timberline. And once you break out above timberline, the road condition's going to change quite a bit, and it'll be fairly rocky and bumpy from here on out. Now the trail is going to start to reward you for what you came out here for, and that is the sense of adventure and being immersed in that high alpine scenery. You'll approach a narrow shelf-like section of road, but when you get around the corner you are going to have a view of up the road so you can see if there's any oncoming traffic. There's just a couple spots to pull over. While the road is called Kingston Peak is not the main attraction on this trail. After you're done navigating the narrow section of road, you're going to come to a small pull-off area and parking lot. You're going to want to have your camera out and ready for the main attraction, and that is James Peak, where you get an up-close and personal view of it. As you finish the long, narrow stretch of road, you're going to come up and around a corner, and greeting you is going to be James Peak that stands at 13,294 feet tall, and in the foreground there are several alpine lakes. James Peak is named after Dr. Edwin James, an early explorer, historian, and botanist who was part of the Stephen H. Long expedition in Colorado in the early 1800s. After soaking in the views of James Peak and the Alpine Lakes, you're going to make your way to the high point of the trail, and this is perhaps the most rough section. It does change from year to year due to the way that the snow melts. 4 low here and steady as you go is going to be your friend. After you've crested the high point of the trail, you're going to start to lose a little bit of elevation, and you're going to have those epic views of James Peak, but also Mount Bancroft, Perry Peak, and Mount Eva all in the foreground. As you look further in the south, you're going to have views of Grays and Torreys Peaks and Mount Evans, both of which are 14ers. The road is going to turn rough again through this section, and it's really important that you just drive over the rocks that are right in front of you instead of widening the trail.
Okay guys, so we're coming to the bottom of Mailbox Hill, and when we come up to it, it looks really scary, looks really steep, but don't worry about it, just take it slow and we got it.
It's called Mailbox Hill because, well, there's a mailbox up on top. The mailbox is considered hallowed ground after the attacks of 9/11. And you'll see that it is encased in rocks all the way around it, and legend has it that if you bring a rock and place it next to the mailbox, you'll have good luck. There is a registry book to sign, and the cover tells the tale that many books have been destroyed over the years by fire, guns, and all sorts of things. From this vantage point, you can see Loch Lomond down below with a beautiful cascading waterfall. That's where we're going next. As you make your way back down the mountain towards St. Mary's Glacier and Alice, you're going to enter back into the pines. These are very bonsai-like. They've really been windswept over the years and knotted up into all sorts of shapes. Don't think this is the end of all the scenery, the sights, and the great things that you're going to see on this trail. You're going to have epic views of Grays and Torreys Peak, Mount Evans, and even little glimpses of the communities of Alice and St. Mary's down below. What's great about this area is you can string many trails together. From here you can go up and over Yankee Hill all the way to Central City, Chins Lake, Rainbow Lake, Cumberland, all sorts of places you can go. We're on our way to Loch Lomond. That's it. I hope you enjoyed Kingston Peak. And for an added bonus, check out Loch Lomond and this really cool waterfall back here. Make sure you download the Trails Off-Road app or find us on the web at trailsoffroad.com, and you can find really cool places to go to. We'll see you next time. So I have nothing bundt cakes for us all. So we got a red velvet, a chocolate, we've got a carrot, and then we have lemon to bring in the summer. So take your pick. I'm happy with one or all of them myself. What did you share?